Welcome to Module 2, where we're going to cover how to approach the prenup conversation with your partner in a way that fosters understanding, avoids conflict, and actually strengthens your relationship. The way you introduce this topic is just as important as the content of the prenup itself. So let's focus on the mindset, timing, and communication strategies that will make this conversation productive and positive for both of you. Let's start with timing and tone. The last thing you want to do is bring up the prenup in a way that catches your partner off guard or feels rushed. Imagine you're deep into wedding planning or you're in the middle of a heated discussion. This is not the time to bring up a legal agreement. Timing and tone are crucial because they set the stage for how your partner will react. When you introduce the idea of a prenup, do so empathetically. Empathy means understanding this might be an emotional topic for your partner and approaching it with care. It's important to acknowledge how they might feel. For example, you could say, I know this might be a tough topic and I understand it makes you uncomfortable, but I believe having this conversation now can help us avoid misunderstandings in the future. This shows that you're sensitive to their feelings, which makes them more likely to listen without feeling defensive. Men, you know how us women can be. Timing matters too. Choose a calm, private moment when neither of you is stressed or distracted. You want to create an environment where both of you can focus and communicate openly, maybe over a relaxed dinner at home or during a weekend when you're both in a good headspace. One of the biggest challenges in discussing a prenup is avoiding the impression that it means you don't trust your partner. This is where the concept of framing becomes essential. Instead of presenting the prenup as a protection just for yourself, frame it as a step towards mutual security. The goal is to highlight that this is something that benefits both of you, not just one person. You might say, this is about making sure we're both protected no matter what happens. I don't expect anything to go wrong, but I want us to be prepared for the future together. By framing the prenup in this way, you're emphasizing that it's about taking care of each other, not protecting one person at the expense of the other. It's about planning for financial clarity so that you can focus on your relationship without worrying about money. Now, let's talk about how to effectively communicate the benefits of the prenup, as well as how to listen and respond to your partner's concerns. When explaining the prenup, focus on how it benefits both of you. Say something like, a prenup ensures that we both know what to expect financially, which can actually help us avoid conflicts later. It gives us a clear plan so we can focus on building our life together without worrying about all the what ifs. Make sure your partner knows this isn't a one-sided deal. A well-crafted prenup takes into account both of your needs and helps you navigate potential issues that could arise in the future. Active listening is key during this conversation. Your partner may feel confused, hurt, or even offended, and it's essential to hear them out. Don't interrupt or immediately defend yourself if they have concerns. Just let them express how they feel. You could respond with saying, I hear you and I understand why you feel that way. This isn't about doubting our relationship. It's about planning for the unexpected so we don't have to worry about these things in the future. This kind of response acknowledges their feelings without invalidating them. It also opens the door for a more constructive conversation rather than an emotional confrontation. Finally, it's crucial to stay calm. Discussing finances or legal agreements can stir up strong emotions, but if you become defensive or emotional, it can quickly turn into an argument. Don't let it. If the conversation starts to get heated, take a breath and try to steer it back to a calm place. You might say something like, I know this is a sensitive topic and it's okay to feel emotional about it. Let's take our time and talk it through. There's no rush to make any decisions today. This reassures your partner that you're not pressuring them and that their feelings matter. It keeps the conversation from escalating into a conflict. A well-drafted prenup is about protecting both of you, and this is something you need to communicate clearly. The goal of the prenup is to ensure fairness and avoid legal battles that could hurt both of you in the long run. You could say something like, a prenup doesn't just protect one person, it protects us both. It ensures that no matter what happens, we're both treated fairly and with respect. An important part of this conversation is emphasizing that the prenup is a collaborative document. It's not just about what you want or what the other person wants. It's about working together to create something that feels fair to both of you. So for this, you could say, we can customize the terms together so that it feels fair to both of us. This is something we should agree on as a team with both of our interests in mind. This makes it clear that the prenup isn't something you're imposing on your partner, it's a shared decision. Finally, reassure your partner that having a prenup will actually help both of you plan for the future more effectively. It removes uncertainty and provides clarity on how finances will be handled, not just in the case of divorce, but during the marriage as well. You might say, this isn't just about protecting assets, it's also about making sure we have a clear financial plan moving forward. With this in place, we can focus on our future and not have to worry about financial surprises. This reframes the prenup as a tool for positive planning rather than something negative or distressful. Remember that approaching the conversation about a prenup is all about timing, tone, and empathy. Frame the agreement as a way to protect both of you. Listen actively to your partner's concerns and ensure that the conversation remains calm and focused on building a strong future together. Next, we'll dive into how to handle emotional responses and address common concerns that may come up during this conversation. Stay tuned for Module 3, where we'll give you the tools to navigate those tricky moments and keep the conversation on track.